For centuries, it was little more than a legend, a city of impossible wealth that served as the gateway to ancient Egypt, only to vanish beneath the waves. Ancient Greek historians wrote about its magnificent temples and thriving harbors, but with no physical trace, many chalked it up to myth, an Egyptian Atlantis lost to time. For over 1,000 years, its name was just a whisper. But in the year 2000, that all changed. Modern technology revealed a truth that was hiding just a few meters beneath the surface of the sea. This is the story of Thonis-Heracleion, a real-life sunken city, and the incredible secrets it's finally revealing about our ancient world. Imagine you're on a boat in the Mediterranean, just off the coast of Egypt. The water is calm, but you know that right below you lies an entire city. Not a myth, but a real metropolis of massive statues, grand temples, and shipwrecks frozen in time. So how does an entire city, once the most important port in one of the world's greatest empires, just disappear? And what secrets did it take down to its watery grave? Hit subscribe and continue. Let's dive into one of the most remarkable archaeological discoveries of our time. Section 1. The Mystery and the Discovery. Before Alexander the Great founded his famous city in 331 BC, another port held the title of Egypt's greatest. Known to the Egyptians as Thonis and to the Greeks as Heracleion, it was the gatekeeper to the Nile, the mandatory first stop for any ship arriving from the Greek world. The historian Herodotus described it as a place of immense importance, home to a great temple where the hero Heracles himself was said to have first set foot on Egyptian soil. But as the centuries passed, the city faded from history. By the 8th century AD, it had vanished completely, swallowed by the sea and buried under sand. For 1,200 years, scholars weren't even sure if Thonis and Heracleion were two different cities, or if they had ever really existed at all. That mystery remained unsolved until a French marine archaeologist named Franck Goddio decided to go looking for it. Starting in 1996, Goddio and his team from the European Institute for Underwater Archaeology began a massive survey of Aboukir Bay. They weren't just diving blindly, they were using a whole battery of advanced tech. With tools like sonar and specialized magnetometers, they scanned the seabed, hunting for anomalies hidden beneath the sand. These instruments let them see buried structures without ever disturbing the seafloor. For years, they found nothing but sand. Then, in 2000, their equipment lit up. They had found it. Lying just 10 meters below the surface were the ruins of a massive, forgotten city. As the first divers descended, a ghostly world emerged from the murky water. They saw colossal stone blocks, the faint outlines of buildings and canals that once served as the city's streets. One of the first definitive proofs was a monumental stone slab, a royal decree from 380 BC. Inscribed in both ancient Greek and Egyptian hieroglyphics, it not only confirmed the city's tax laws but also its dual name, Thonis-Heracleion. The legend was real. An entire chapter of Egyptian history, once thought lost, was sitting right there, waiting to be read. Section 2. The unveiling of treasures. What Goddio's team began to uncover was nothing short of breathtaking. The mud and sand of the seabed had created an oxygen-free environment, preserving artifacts in astonishing detail for over 2 millennia. This wasn't just a pile of ruins, it was a time capsule. Divers found gold coins, bronze ritual instruments, and perfectly preserved pottery. They even discovered fragile alabaster jars that once held perfumes, still completely intact. And then there were the statues. Emerging from the sand were the colossal figures that once guarded this mighty city. In one of the excavation's most dramatic moments, the team carefully raised a 5.4-meter-tall statue of Hapi, the Egyptian god of the Nile's flood. Carved from red granite, this giant symbolized the prosperity the Nile brought to Egypt. While other larger statues of gods exist in Egypt, the discovery of a Hapi colossus of the scale was an unprecedented find. Nearby, They found equally massive statues of a Ptolemaic king and queen, each carved from a single block of pink granite and standing nearly 5 meters high. The sheer scale of the city's maritime activity was staggering. To date, archaeologists have documented over 700 ancient anchors and more than 125 shipwrecks. These vessels offer a snapshot of the bustling trade that defined Thonis-Heracleion. One of the most incredible finds was a 2,200-year-old wooden ship, pinned to the bottom of a canal by massive stone blocks that fell from a temple during the city's collapse. That very catastrophe preserved the vessel. In another area, excavators found something even more amazing: 2,400-year-old wicker baskets from a funerary offering, still containing the seeds of ancient grapes and the fruit of the dune palm. It's a find so delicate, so personal, it feels like a direct message from the past. Section 3. The historical significance. The discovery of Thonis-Heracleion is changing our understanding of the ancient world. For centuries, this city was the single most important hub connecting Egypt to the Mediterranean. Every merchant, diplomat, and mercenary sailing from Greece had to pass through its canals. At its heart stood the grand temple of the god Amun. This wasn't just a place of worship, it was a center of royal power. It was here, in this very temple, that the pharaohs came to perform sacred rituals to receive the titles of their power and legitimize their rule. The treasures found within its collapsed ruins, including pristine silver ritual instruments and gold jewelry, speak to its immense wealth and the piety of its inhabitants. But Thonis-Heracleion wasn't just Egyptian. The discoveries reveal a vibrant, multicultural society. Archaeologists found a separate Greek sanctuary dedicated to the goddess Aphrodite, filled with imported bronze and ceramic objects. This confirms ancient accounts that the pharaohs allowed Greek merchants and mercenaries to settle in the city and build their own places of worship. The discovery of Greek weapons further proves that these mercenaries played a key role in defending the gateway to Egypt. This city was a true melting pot, where Egyptian and Greek cultures mingled and traded long before Alexander the Great ever arrived. Section 4. The cataclysmic end. So, how did a thriving metropolis like this end up at the bottom of the sea? The answer lies in the very ground it was built on. Thonis-Heracleion was constructed on the unstable clay and sand of the Nile Delta. Around the mid-2nd century BC, disaster struck. A powerful earthquake shook the region, causing a terrifying phenomenon known as soil liquefaction. The violent tremors essentially turned the solid clay ground into a fluid mass, like quicksand. The city's foundations gave way almost instantly. Huge buildings, including the massive Temple of Amun, collapsed into the canals. This earthquake likely triggered a tidal wave that swept over the already sinking land, submerging the city in a chaotic, violent event. The very stone blocks that toppled from the temples became instruments of preservation, pinning ships and artifacts to the seabed and protecting them from the ravages of time. Over the following centuries, gradual land subsidence and rising sea levels finished the job, and by the 8th century AD, the city had been completely consumed by the Mediterranean. Its sudden, catastrophic end is precisely what preserved it so perfectly. The story of Thonis-Heracleion is a powerful reminder that history isn't just written in books, it's buried beneath our feet, and in this case, beneath the waves. What part of this discovery blows your mind the most? The colossal statues, the perfectly preserved ships, or the fact that a city this important could be lost for so long? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you find these stories of lost worlds as fascinating as I do, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next journey into the past. Conclusion: the future of discovery. As incredible as these discoveries are, the story of Thonis-Heracleion is far from over. Archaeologists estimate that they've explored only about 5% of the sunken city. The rest remains hidden under millennia of sand and sediment, waiting for its moment to emerge. What other secrets lie in the remaining 95%? What other temples, statues, and shipwrecks are out there? With each new mission, Franck Goddio and his team are pushing the boundaries of underwater archaeology. The colossal statues of the city's king and queen have been recovered and are now on display at the Grand Egyptian Museum, bringing the legacy of this lost port back into the light for the world to see. Thonis-Heracleion is more than just a ruin, it is a living excavation, a testament to human ingenuity, the awesome power of nature, and the enduring mysteries that are still waiting to be discovered. The gateway to ancient Egypt was lost once, but now, it's being revealed to the world again, one incredible treasure at a time.